There are times when you see your salary written on a pair of shoes, and people who buy them can go to any extent to make their life lavish and unmatched. If you become a billionaire, would you buy a dress or shoes that are encrusted with diamonds? Well, some people actually would. They dare to buy some of the most bizarrely expensive things, which would make you astonished at their extravagance. So in this video we will dive into the ocean of the most expensive items ever bought by people. Number 15. Napoleon Bonaparte's Cavalry Sword. Napoleon was a great leader of France and his possessions are considered a national asset. But do you know what the worth of his sword is? You will be amazed because the sword was sold at $6.4 million. There are specific rules to own this sword. You cannot leave France with this sword. It is the most precious art piece in France, so the bidding war was also very intense. But a woman from the Bonaparte's family bought this sword for her husband. In this way, the legacy has remained organic and pure as Napoleon's descendant again owns the blade. Number 14. Marilyn Monroe's dress. The heartthrob Marilyn Monroe wore this dress in a Happy Birthday President in 1962. This dress is encrusted with gems and jewels, and people also say that the dress was so sleek that the dress was soon after Marilyn wore it. The dress material is extraordinary precious, but not worth the price at all, as the dress was worth $12,000, but the private company owner bought it for $4.8 million. This price is absurd for a dress, yet there is no accounting for the taste. Number 13. The History's Supreme Yacht. This yacht is the most expensive thing that is ever sold in history. An anonymous Malaysian businessman purchases this yacht for $4.5 million. This price is justified as the yacht's outer part is wholly covered with gold, diamonds and other precious gems. The wallpiece of the bedroom is made from the bones of a T-Rex because luxury is wild. Also, this yacht is filled with other extravagant and costly things. Number 12. Badminton Cabinet. This is the most expensive piece of furniture ever sold because of its craftsmanship. It took 6 years to craft the masterpiece in the 18th century. It is made with rare and precious stones and luxurious ebony wood, elevating its price to millions. Prince Hans Adam II of Liechtenstein bought it, and he donated this cabinet to a museum in Austria, presenting $1 million wardrobe. He is a prince. Number 11. Bespoke Patek Philippe watch. This watch is all about extravagance and splendor as its price tag is around $31 million. The Patek Philippe watches are scarce and pricey because they are sold either in auctions and directly to private and influential buyers. The eyes of this brand are not even displayed in shops. They are usually bought by private buyers whose identity remains unknown. Number 10. The Bugatti Nohar. This car is the dream of so many teenagers and youngsters, but its price tag possibly is a nightmare as they sold this car even before it was made for $18.7 million. The bougie design of this car depicts luxury and opulence. A private buyer purchased this car long before it was built, and his identity remains unknown because it was a private auction. Because of the body and speed of this car, it is all worth the price. Number 9. Bluefin Tuna. When we find McDonald's and KFC expensive, a fish was bought for $3.1 million by a restaurant chef in Japan. His name is Kiyoshi Kimura, and he paid this extravagant and abnormal amount to make sushi in his restaurant with this tuna fish. But what might be the reason for this price? Well, the fish is too rare and extinct and cannot be found quickly. That is why Kiyoshi paid such a generous amount for it. Maybe the taste will be worth the price, but we will never know. Number 8. Passion Diamond Shoes. These shoes are the world's most expensive shoes, sold at the price of $17 million. Jada Dubai created them, and she spent 9 months creating these flattering shoes. The shoe is a pair of gold heels in which diamonds are also encrusted, so walking in this heel will make you feel like a royalty. and that is why a private buyer bought these shoes. Sometimes we wonder why you even need diamond on shoes. Number 7. Guitar played by Kurt Cobain. Yacht sensation Kurt Cobain played this guitar at Nirvana's performance. This guitar is the most expensive instrument ever sold, because of its selling price, which is $6 million. Such an extravagant price for an ordinary guitar is very unusual, yet it got a bidder in an auction and is sold to a music entrepreneur. His name is Peter Friedman, and he knows the importance of performing art. He wants to exhibit this guitar in different parts of the world. He will earn enough profit from this indeed, but buying a guitar at this price might seem insanity to most, including us. Number 6. Romani County. This is the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold in an auction. The company sold this wine for $558,000 to a private buyer. It was estimated that the wine would not be sold at an enormous price, but it was sold at a 17 times higher price than they estimate. This wine is so adored because it can elevate the vibe of anyone's wine cellar. Another reason for this wine being so rare is that only 600 bottles of this wine were produced in 1945. Number 5. Whittle's Bag Diamond. This 35-carat deep blue diamond is worth $80 million and was found in India in the 17th century. Since then, this diamond has remained a symbol of royalty and luxury. It was owned by several kings, such as Philippe IV, who was the king of France, and then it was sold and gifted to several other emperors as well. That is why the price of the diamond is so great. But do you know that a man bought this diamond for $80 million? Lawrence Groff, who is the owner of Groff Diamonds, bought it from an auction. But later on, he was unhappy with the diamond due to several scratches, so later on he cut this diamond into 31 carat. Number 4. Dead Shark. This art piece cost up to $12 million and is considered the most controversial art piece because it is just the preserved body of a dead shark. This piece's creator faced a massive backlash from the masses due to the killing and the maintaining of a shark, yet they could find a buyer who paid $12 million to buy this art. The buyer was an anonymous hedge fund manager. Number 3. Antilia Mumbai. This is the second most expensive residence in the world, which is located in Mumbai, India. So do you know who owns this flattering tower? Asia's most prosperous businessman and the chairman of Reliance Industries, Mukesh Ambani. The cost of Antilia is around $1 to $2 billion. This 27-story house contains a gym, ice cream parlor, temple, spa, salon, and many other luxuries that we can only think of. It is undoubtedly a dream house, but buying it is out of the question for people like us. Number 2. Salvator Mundi. This is the most famous oil painting of Leonardo da Vinci. This painting is from the Renaissance period. It was bought with $450 million in 2017. A Saudi prince bought this painting at such an insanely high price. Number 1. 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. This Ferrari is considered the most expensive car globally, as David McNeil bought it for $70 million. This car has an insane price tag, because the company built only 250 models of this Ferrari. It is sporadic, and people who own it will never sell it at any cost. So as you have seen, people go to any extent and buy things for millions of dollars just for their luxury and status. These most expensive things are one of their kind and rare, so in the end it is all worth investing in. We hope you found this video informative and exciting. Subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.